never been able to get my liberty, which means freedom. I will reward you handsomely. I will tell you all about it, said the young man, as I come back. When he had passed the water, he came to the wonderful cave, which looked terribly black and gloomy. But the Wizard King was not at home, and his grandmother sat in the door in her easy chair. "What do you seek?" said she. "3 golden hairs from the giant's head," answered he. "You run a great risk," said she, "when he returns home, yet I will try what I can do for you." Then she changed him into an ant, and told him to hide himself in the folds of her cloak. "Very well." Oh no, that's him. "Very well," said he, "but I want also to know why the city fountain is dry, why the tree that bore golden apples is now leafless, and what it is that binds the ferryman to his post." "Those are 3 puzzling questions," said the old dame, "but lie quiet and listen to what the giant says when I pull the 3 golden hairs." Presently night set in, and the old gentleman returned home. As soon as he entered, he began to snuff up the air and cried, "All is not right here. I smell man's flesh." Then he searched all around in vain, and the old dame scolded and said, "Why should you turn everything topsy-turvy? I have just set all in order." Upon this he laid his head in her lap and soon fell asleep. As soon as he began to snore, she seized one of the golden hairs and pulled it out. "Mercy!" cried he, starting up. "What are you about?" "I had a dream that disturbed me," said she, "and in my trouble I seized your hair. I dreamed that the fountain in the marketplace of the city was become dry, and would give no water. What can be the cause?" "Ah, if they could find that out, they would be glad," said the giant. "Under a stone in the fountain sits a toad, and when they kill him, it will flow again." This said, he fell asleep, and the old lady pulled out another hair. "What would you be at?" cried he in rage. "Don't be angry," said she. "I did it in my sleep. I dreamed that in a great kingdom there was a beautiful tree that used to bear golden apples, and now has not even a leaf upon it. What is the reason of that?" "Aha!" said the giant. "They would like very well to know that secret. At the root of the tree a mouse is gnawing. If they were to kill him, the tree would bear golden apples again. If not, it will soon die. Now let me sleep in peace. If you wake me again, you shall rue it." Then he fell once more asleep, and when she heard him snore, she pulled out the 3rd golden hair, and the giant jumped up and threatened her sorely, but she soothed him and said, "It was a strange dream. Methought I saw a ferryman who was fated to ply backwards and forwards over a lake, and could never be set at liberty. What is the charm that binds him?" "A silly fool," said the giant. "If he were to give the rudder into the hand of any passenger, he would find himself at liberty, and the other would be obliged to take his place. Now let me sleep." In the morning the giant arose and went out, and the old woman gave the young man the 3 golden hairs, reminded him of the answers to his question, and sent him on his way. Presumably she also changed him back from being an ant into being a human, but doesn't actually say that here. He soon came to the ferryman, who knew him again, and asked him for the answer which he had promised him. "Ferry me over first," said he, "and then I will tell you." When the boat arrived on the other side, he told him to give the rudder to any of his passengers, and then he might run away as soon as he pleased. The next place he came to was the city where the barren tree stood. "Kill the mouse," said he, "that gnaws the root, and you will have golden apples again." They gave him a rich present, and he journeyed on to the city where the fountain had dried up, and the guard demanded his answer to their question. So he told them that to cure the mischief, how to cure the mischief, and they thanked him and gave him the 2 donkeys laden with gold. And now at last this child of fortune reached home, and his wife rejoiced greatly to see him, and to hear how well everything had gone with him. He gave the 3 golden hairs to the king, who could no longer raise any objection to him, and when he saw all the treasure, cried out in a transport of joy, "Dear son, where did you find all this gold?" "Oh, by the side of a lake," said the youth, "where there is plenty more to be had." "Pray tell me," said the king, "that I may go and get some too." "As much as you please," replied the other. "You will see the ferryman on the lake. Let him carry you across, and there you will see gold as plentiful as sand upon the shore." Away went the greedy king, And when he came to the lake, he beckoned to the ferryman, who took him into his boat, and as soon as he was there, gave the rudder into his hand, and sprung ashore, leaving the old king to ferry away as a reward for his sins. And is his majesty plying there to this day? You may be sure of that, for nobody will trouble himself to take the rudder out of his hand. Okay, I've got to go to work. I love you. Mwah.